What up, people? It's your boy, Mr. Noland. Alright, today we're going to be going over homework 8.2b. Notice on top it says pre-AP. If you are in regulars, questions 1 through 6 are exactly the same. Alright, so writing equations from word problems. Like I put on homework 8.2a, it is something that we have not covered. It's what we're going to be starting to go into in Unit 9. We just want to expose it to y'all. So we will actually be teaching y'all how to write equations from word problems next week. We just, again, wanted to expose this to you guys so you can see what it looks like, because it's going to start getting a little bit harder now. So let's go ahead and get started. If we read the directions, it says to define a variable and write an equation for each real-world problem. So we're not solving it. So look at number 1. It says Matt spent $6.50 on his lunch. This is $2.25 more than his friend Jackson spent on his lunch. How much did Jackson spend on his lunch? Okay, so here's our key thing. This is what we're solving for. How much did Jackson spend on his lunch? So we're solving for how much Jackson had. So I'm going to use J as my variable today. Remember, a variable will represent a number later on. So J is for Jackson. Okay. Now there's some key vocabulary words that we have not taught you yet. More than. When you see the words more than, that means you're going to have to add. So I'm going to take Jackson, which is his unknown amount, plus the $2.25, and that'll give you how much Matt spent on his lunch, which is $6.50. You just now set up your equation. So however much Jackson has for lunch, plus another $2.25, that'll give you how much Matt has, which is $6.50. You're done. Look how easy that is. Number 2, there are 600 seats in the auditorium. This is 112 less than the number of seats in the gymnasium. How many seats are in the gymnasium? So again, we're solving for how many seats are in the gymnasium. So I'm going to use G for gym. And if any of y'all watch The Simpsons, because that's what I grew up with, it's not the gym. According to Homer, it's called the Gym. Alright, so we have to take how many seats there are in the gym. Again, we don't know how many that is. And now here's our key word here. Less than. Less than means to subtract. So again, we're going to take how many seats are in the gymnasium, or the gym, and we're going to take away 112 of them. And that'll give us how many seats are in the auditorium, which is 600. Now look at that. You have your variable labeled, and you set up your one-step equation. Done. Martha saved $25 per week. She saved a total of $600. For how many weeks has Meredith been saving? So again, for how many weeks has Meredith been saving? So I'm going to use W, and that's going to represent weeks. Well, she saves $25 per week. Now here's our key word. This word per means to multiply. So you're going to put $25 times the number of weeks, and that'll give you a total of, she saved $600 total dollars. You can also rewrite it as 25 times the number of weeks, and that'll give you a total of $600. Eventually what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and solve for our missing variable. We will eventually go into solving these. But right now all we're doing is labeling, showing us some key vocabulary words and what they mean, and then setting up our equation. Okay. For numbers 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to circle some key vocabulary words, and I want to see if you can do 4, 5, and 6 on your own. Okay. I'm also going to be underlining what you're solving for. So right there. I circled hours because that could also be your variable, H for hours. There's our key vocabulary word. It tells you what math operation to do. Again, I'm going to see if you can set it up, right or wrong, just see what you can do. We will go over it tomorrow. Key vocabulary word right there. What are we solving for? Well, I shouldn't really have done cupcakes. They're talking about two different people here. They're talking about Abby and Carly. We actually need to know how many did Carly sell, so I'm going to get rid of this underneath cupcakes. See if you can set it up still. And here's our key vocabulary word. How many attended the pep rally? Once again, give me a variable. See if you can set up an equation. Notice on each equation, I have a variable. Attached to it is a math sign, which is add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Then a number, and an equals a number. It equals a total every time. So based on these three examples, see if y'all can do 4, 5, and 6. Now pre-AP, you also got some on the back. I want to see if you can try those on the back as well. Again, we will go over some of these tomorrow. See what you got, guys. Again, this is what you're going to start going into next week. So if you can get a grasp on this homework, you'll start to understand how we're doing this next week. It really won't be too bad once you get used to it. But you'll be doing writing and solving equations from here on out, guys. This is algebra. Welcome to algebra. Woo! All right, guys, have a fantastic day. I'll talk to y'all later. Noland is out.